James, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so this is a very good chance that we have Web Summit here in Qatar, and James as CTO of Cloudflare, which is, I'm very happy that we have this very quick chat. Hopefully we can have more chats.
Absolutely.
And yeah, first tell me about how do you see Web Summit Qatar?
Web Summit, I mean, it's the first Web Summit I've attended, and I'm impressed by the size of it and also the breadth of attendees and speakers. I think for a company like Cloudflare, where we have that approach to customers building, connecting and securing their web properties on our infrastructure, something like Web Summit, where we have both partners and customers attending. It's a great opportunity for us to get the Cloudflare message out there.
It's amazing that we have Cloudflare, and as one of the people who use the Cloudflare in personal perspective and also in business perspective, it's we can say it's huge in the internet and it's huge in the area.
Yeah.
So let's start with a very crucial thing, which is every single business is caring about, which is traffic and performance. So how does Cloudflare is helping the e-commerce industry in such a domain, which is very crucial for them, speed and also performance?
Right.
And we have a lot of cases in Middle East, which is we can tackle. But at least how Cloudflare is providing such a support for this?
Yeah, so I mean, across its commerce spans all of the four main areas that we focus on. So connectivity and application security, zero trust, building modern applications, and also as we move into the sort of agentic web space, securing modern agentic commerce.
Yeah.
And particularly from a performance perspective for e-commerce platforms, we've effectively designed the Cloudflare infrastructure to support that natively. So our global content distribution network and our ability to perform load balancing at the global scale allows us to really ensure that spikes in traffic during events like Black Friday and Ramadan and towards the holidays, the content is equally distributed across our infrastructure. Now that's either from load balancing to the most optimal server, or indeed being able to smart route traffic across our global infrastructure, so that where you have an e-commerce site that has both a local and a global customer base, we're able to distribute that in appropriate ways. Now, if it's a particular e-commerce site where you might have moment in time attractive pricing or a very hot product, we also have things like our virtual waiting room that enables fair access to that site for things like purchase now options, where ordinarily you might see websites being brought down by surge of traffic for a particular item or a particular event. We're able to sort of balance that out globally, but also very specifically for those websites, provide that waiting room function that is fair access to on a first come first served basis to that access.
Especially we are reaching to holidays in the Middle East area, Ramadan and so, which is very, very crucial for every single e-commerce platform to serve more customers in more stable way. Yeah. So, which is currently, as you know, there is a lot of concerns across all, if you can say every single one does have a business online. They are very conscious and they are very, very afraid of their security. So how Cloudflare is helping them to be more, if you can say, relaxed a little bit, so they cannot be afraid of their security. How Cloudflare is helping these platforms to pass the security step? Right.
So we look at it from a different number of threats perspective. So during those peak seasons, it's very attractive for particular adversaries to want to disrupt those websites, right? Either hold them to ransom from a DDoS perspective. So our global DDoS mitigation capability runs in the sort of hundreds of terabits per second. We have a very unique approach to absorbing high volume DDoS attacks. We've seen that over recent months where high peaks of volumetric DDoS has been present. So by virtue of hosting or accessing customers accessing your e-commerce websites via Cloudflare, our ability to absorb high volume DDoS is significant. If we look at other threats such as SQL ejection or carding, we also have things like our built-in web application firewalls and other proxy event capabilities that allow us to and our customers to build a significant security barrier around their e-commerce website.
Totally, absolutely great solutions. However, sometimes some businesses, which is depends on their size, sometimes they say, okay, if we have this kind of there is situation for sure. They became a little bit afraid about the not alternative solutions, but backup scenarios or disaster recovery issues. So how they can or how Cloudflare is mitigating such concerns for them.
So in terms of availability, so we've seen a number of sort of high-profile outages over the last few months, ourselves included. So what we're seeing a lot of our customers looking for is a viable, secure fallback solution. So we've invested significantly over the last 2 or 3 months to ensure that we have high availability and resiliency across our infrastructure, where we are the primary provider of services to our customers. But also we will work closely with our customers to build in resiliency and backup solutions should we fail or their other providers fail. So either onboard onto Cloudflare very quickly or provide an alternative where we run in parallel with another provider to ensure that uptime is maintained.
You mentioned a couple of outages, which was somehow everyone was saying, okay, it's a huge platform, which is everyone was waiting for the great updates from the team, which is it passed very safely. Okay, so the next thing is I can see Cloudflare booth here for the last Web Summit and maybe the one before, which is Cloudflare existence in the Middle East, especially the Gulf area, which is, as you know, Saudi Arabia and Qatar, also UAE is growing fast. So how's Cloudflare is doing it or approaching the existence in this area?
So our presence in the Middle East has moved from being available within the Middle East to having a presence in the Middle East. So we've over the last few years, we've built out points of presence in data centers in the Middle East. So we have our capabilities, our servers hosted within Doha, Riyadh, Dubai, and Kuwait City now. So we continue to build out our presence. So that sort of really helped our customers have access to our services as local to them and their users as possible. Historically, your traffic would have gone to Europe and back again. So we've reduced latency from sort of 150 milliseconds measured to the sort of low tens and sub 10 millisecond access to global customers. We're also peering. We do this on a global basis, but we have regional peering now with Ooredoo and STC that allows customers that are served via those providers to get very quick access to Cloudflare infrastructure.
So in this case, there is some requirements, which is access must be inside the same region and geo-fenced places and so on. So I think now everyone is looking for this amazing solution. They will be able to reach out to this one. Does it now fully roll out, or it's still in kind of specific size of business, or anyone can have it?
So as well as having local presence, we're obviously a global provider as well. A number of our customers globally want that regional-based service and protection around data sovereignty. So we're increasing our portfolio of those types of services, which means that if you want to serve a particular customer and have their log data and their telemetry only available and stored within one region, we're doing that. Equally, if you have users or customers of your infrastructure and they are outside of your region, but you still want them to be served with local content, then we have a solution for that as well. And our sovereignty portfolio is growing with cryptographic solutions and things like that to build that out.
For most of this kind of restriction or something. So now we are in the AI era, they can say, and the bots and the agents and sub-agents and all that stuff. So Cloudflare, how is the AI currently and all this kind of artificial intelligence based driven everything? How Cloudflare is positioned there, how they are using it, how it's going to be leveraged or available?
So we've been using AI and machine learning in our own services for a long time. So you mentioned bots. We do a lot and have done a lot in terms of being able to classify bot behavior versus what would be observed from a normal user. So we have a number of tiering of classifications to look at whether the activity is by a human or a bot. And then once that's classified, we are able to look at whether that bot traffic is legitimate or malicious. And we continue to train those models with what we observe across our global
Which is
network.
very crucial, because sometimes, it's very difficult to differentiate between is it about something which is automatically working and hacking us, which is making a lot of issues, or something which is we have hype, or we have a spike in our customers, or our business is now booming, and it's making it for more of the people who are having business like that, which is they are very keen about such a thing. I'm worried about, are we going to be just AI is going to make all of these issues for us, or it's something which is Cloudflare is taking the advantage to help us to be more secure and more performing as better as the platform can do.
Exactly. So we're really focused on not only providing secure delivery of services via Cloudflare, but also providing efficient and performant services as well. So you mentioned there that the rise of bot traffic has an implication on both of those. So that's our real focus, really.
Amazing. So next is some people and everyone is asking, okay, what is next after AI is taking over everything? If it's going to take over everything.
Right.
So what is the future, the future tech? What is Cloudflare technology is going to have in the future, or is going to help us in the future and the businesses? Maybe the e-commerce, because this is the current case in the future. So Cloudflare in the future, how it's going to help?
So we're looking at research and investment in a number of fronts that will secure and help the delivery of e-commerce. So you might have seen in the last 6 months or so, we've had a heavy focus around the change in the way that the internet, the construct of the internet is being used. So we've got a heavy focus on AI crawlers at the moment, and we'll continue to evolve that. So what we mean by that is being able to enable content creators and potentially e-commerce providers where you might have unique product set, you might have images that you want to protect or other content, or you might want to ensure that your pricing is up to date and if you have an advantage competitively over pricing, that you're not continuously being crawled by AI large language models as part of training or AI enabled search. You want users to view that traffic, not necessarily the AI bots or agents, right? So we're putting in place crawl control that allows the content and the content owners to take back control over who can scrape and access their website. And we're doing that dynamically. So initially, it's about being able to control who can do that and observe it. And limit their usage. But also more and more is how we're helping evolution towards the agentic web and agentic commerce. So we've partnered with a number of organizations in the development of WebBot Auth, which will allow agents to transact and do micropayments on user-initiated commands, right? So I'm looking for a grey jumper. It's in this price range. Go and find it for me. I need it to be in this size, this material, and go and buy it, right? And that's what we want, right? From an agentic commerce style environment. But at the moment, the mechanics aren't quite there to enable that payment. So WebBot Auth and trusted agent protocol and others from other payment providers like MasterCard, Amex, American Express, we're working with them so that the framework is underneath and beneath that. So what that means is that anyone who's building an e-commerce agent on the Cloudflare platform will soon be able to take advantage of those major card and payment providers, including other payment mechanisms like PayPal, built into the agent that they create. So immediately building a commerce agent, you'll be able to, the users of that will be able to transact securely with the storefront or e-commerce environment.
Will have the same advantages of the security layers and all of the stuff.
Correct.
Which is and any performance availability as well. I think we'll never stop here, but actually our time is a little bit limited. So I would like to have final thing, which is you mentioned the content and serving content and all the stuff. There is another part of the industry which is related to media production, which is currently, as you can see, there is a lot of content creation.
Right.
Even AI is getting used heavily in content creation and publishing stuff.
Yeah.
So if we are going to give an opportunity, or if we can say how Cloudflare will help the content creators,
right,
and media producers to be more available, more faster, more high quality,
right,
material. If there is something which is going to be there or already there in Cloudflare, which is can support.
So we've got a number of solutions. So within our Cloudflare developer platform, we've built a number of composable primitives that allow developers to create capabilities for a number of different reasons, right? And you mentioned multimedia. A lot of the commerce sites that we have now are media rich, either in imagery or video. So we've put together a number of workloads that are now allow developers, let's say e-commerce sites, to quickly create content-rich environments. Let's take images and video, for example, and the content creation one goes down this route as well, that to be able to upload, create imagery and dynamically resize those for publication on a particular site, and also dynamically provide more video content or dynamic content performance that is suitable for particular user, right? So if they're on a low-speed connection, they might get a lower quality image. Someone on a higher quality connection will get a higher quality image, and that's all dynamically done through our images and stream capability. The other thing that is also relevant is content personalization. So if you're an e-commerce site and you want for a particular user to serve particular content based on their browsing history or their historical interaction with you, they would get different content versus someone else. Also geographically, if you had users from a different region, you would could dynamically serve up different content. So we have the construct to enable quick and easy development and publication of multimedia content, but also provide that multimedia content in a slightly different way based on who is accessing your site and where they're accessing it from.
Amazing. By the end of our podcast and interview, so I really thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
And looking forward to have more discussions around the region and the technologies.
Yeah.
And much appreciated. Thank you for
I appreciate you having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.